The next pedal we're going to look at from this stunning relaunch of Harby pedals is this, the Mizu. Harby's take on the classic 1979 silver screw Boss CE-2 chorus. In my opinion, that is the most legendary chorus pedal ever. The only thing that comes close to it is the predecessor, the CE-1. It's the sound of chorus for me. And the Mizu has refined that and put it in this really stunning high-end enclosure. Let's check it out. Everybody has used a CE2 at some point. David Gilmour's used one a lot, John Mayer, Johnny Marr, Andy Summers, John Frusciante, even Prince used one a lot in his career. Known for its analog bucket brigade circuitry that just gives this incredible, warm, luscious modulation. Great for giving you a subtle shimmer or full-on 80s warble, all with that analog crunchy goodness. It's an icon of the pedal world, and rightly so. It's been revamped and redone numerous times by lots of different people, Boss included with their CE-2w, and the Harby Mizu is another revamp of that circuit, a take on the original 1979 release, with a few enhancements and an expanded control set. The original CE2 just gave you rate and depth controls, but here with the Mizu, we have the addition of volume and a mix control. Volume to fix any output drop or increase issues of previous takes on the circuit, and a mix to blend in your dry signal with the modulated tone. Along with a few other circuit enhancements such as lower noise, BBD chip and clock driver, along with gold-plated circuitry throughout, and a mixture of vintage NOS components and modern parts come together to create something that is undeniably high-end and premium. I said in the last video that you can just tell the circuitry inside of here is super clean, because the sound that comes out the other end is both vintage sounding but also high fidelity. If you're enjoying this video so far, please go down and like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Really helps me out, propel things forward and make more videos. I covered the aesthetics and the design of these pedals in the last video, the Harby Wasabi video, so I won't go too much into the look of these pedals, even though I think it's a huge point to talk about with these pedals. If you want to know more about the design, then go check out that video as well. I thought I'd take this opportunity, however, to answer I had a few concerns and questions about the enclosure in that last video, so I'm going to answer them here. First up though, each pedal is milled out of a solid block of aluminium, which creates these incredibly defined edges and sharp lines that I've not seen on any other pedal before, and it really makes it stand out on a pedal board. But I had a few people in the comment section concerned about the size of this thing, saying it looked absolutely massive. And I would say that it's not massive. I think it's actually a bit of an optical illusion created by those really defined sharp edges. It makes it seem quite a bit bigger than it actually is. For size comparison, the pedal is only ever so slightly wider than a standard 125B enclosure, but still narrower than like a Strymon Flint pedal or a dual Thorpe pedal. It's not super wide, and especially because it's got top mounted jacks, it doesn't really take up too much more room than a Boss pedal on a pedal board. The other concern that I had was that the jacks looked really small. They didn't look like standard sized jacks. And again, this is a bit of an optical illusion because the jacks are sunken into the enclosure. Maybe they look a little small in a video or on photos, but they are in fact full-size jacks. I think all of these questions and concerns about the enclosure it's just because we're not used to seeing pedals look like this and have this more modern approach. And maybe that suggests that pedal design as a whole has just become a bit dated compared to the tech world or car world or any other kind of industries that have propelled design forward. I'm not saying that's a bad thing because I love the look of a Boss pedal or other pedal brands, but we're just not used to seeing pedals look like this. And I think that's actually an achievement from Harby. They've gone back to the drawing board and thought, what would a pedal look like if it was made in 2025, if it was first made in 2025? And that's cool. Okay, so to round up this video, I want to talk about the Boss CE-2w. Full disclosure, I love that chorus pedal. It's been my favorite chorus pedal up until this point. For all of those reasons mentioned at the start of this video, for me, the CE2 and the CE-2w is the sound of chorus. If I want a chorus tone, I plug in the CE-2w. So I guess the question is, would I recommend a Mizu over the CE-2w when they cost near enough the same brand new? And to my ears, both sound just as good as each other. So I think it depends on a few things, and it's really going to depend on what you're looking for. On the one hand, the CE-2w is now just as iconic as the original vintage one, but the CE-2w is more reliable than the vintage one. cheaper than buying a vintage one, and you get a couple of different modes, including like a really cool CE1 mode. So the CE-2w is great, but on the other hand, the Mizu has that expanded control set. The addition of the mix control especially is a big thing for me. Other certain circuit enhancements as mentioned earlier, and also this great enclosure that is almost polar opposite to the compact Boss design. So I think with those things considered, it's really going to depend what you want and what you want from your chorus pedal. For me, the Mizu has a bit of a wow factor about it. I think it looks great on a pedal board, it really stands out, and I love that mix control.